Hello, I just want to do a quick little welcome video here. And in this I'm actually going to, let me switch my view here. I'm going to make my course look like the student view of the course. And what I want to do is just kind of talk where some of the things are in the course. So we have the home and announcements, which is what will appear, and I will leave periodic announcements to try to let you know when course content changes, when new things come available. Faculty info has my, oops, I'm sorry, I'll go a little slower here. So if you ever need to get to the home and announcements, it's the link over here. I'm going to do the bouncing ball, follow the mouse pointer. And I'm going to just go down the menu list to show you where things are and how we use them in the course. Now, in the syllabus and course info, I'm going to put content in here based off of the need. And the two big needs is the course syllabus, which opens up and it has a description of the course. Now, so quick highlights from the syllabus: my contact information and my office hours. Whoops. Try to open my email there. My contact information and my office hours. Now, if you need me outside of office hours, just send an email and we can try to make an arrangement coming across. The version of the textbook that's needed. Now, this is the loose leaf with my MATLAB access. You do not need the loose leaf. You can get the my MATLAB access code only, which is also at the bookstore. What we plan on learning, and the grading policy. How much each part of the course is worth. Notice discussions 10%, homework 15%, notebooks 25%, midterms 25%, and final 25%. So when you're doing your work, keep this in mind, that some work has more value than others. And then some guidelines. Now, most of these guidelines work a little better in person, but they're just on how we'll deal with the class. And then our schedule. And because we're in the condensed half-term schedule, a module is released on the Monday, then a Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday. But I still give a full week for the module to be done. Because I know everyone has busy schedules. And this gives everyone the ability to process all the information. And then the chapters in the book will be covering. Notice we're not doing chapter 3, we're not doing chapter 10, and I think there's a 13 and 14 we're not doing, depending on the version of the book. And so these are the areas we're covering. Chapter 1 starts off, I want to say a little lightly, but chapter 2 is going to be fairly thick. So I would look at, being comfortable with chapter 1 by Wednesday. And then and starting to chunk on the homework, and then in getting into the chapter 2 material as soon as possible. If you can do that, the flow will go fairly well. One of the things to say that saying here is try not to leave everything right until the due dates. There's on average for every credit hour, expect 2 hours of work per week, but because this is condensed weeks, that's talking about 16 hours a week here, minimal coming across. Now, some people can do it in less, especially if you're already familiar with parts of the material. But in general, that's it. The expectation per credit hour, 2 hours per week. But remember, this is a half course, so it would be about 4 hours per week per credit hour. It's a 4-credit course, so it's about 16 hours of work, roughly. My homework, I look at making the homework. The average time it takes people to do the homework is between an hour to 2 hours. The average time to do a notebook is about 2 hours, and the average of the lectures is 2 hours. Plus any note taking is about 2 hours, and that adds up to the 8 hours. And I do that when I design the course material. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to come back here. Now the other link on the syllabus and course info is the My Mastering Home. And when you take this, it goes into the Pearson, where it'll ask you to sign up for the course. And then if you have a Pearson username, you sign in here. If not, you create one. Now, I already have one, but it takes me to a teacher's account. But what happens is that then it will link you to this course, and it will ask for your access code. If you do not have an access code, there is an option to get one from Pearson, and you can choose to take a temporary access code until your textbook comes or the one that you've ordered comes. So that'll take you to the home page of the course. And so that's this link here. The faculty info link has my email address, my office hours, and my Zoom link. And I'll have to fix that. There should be a space. I put this on a separate line, but uploaded it all together. And a really groovy picture of me with a bow tie, just to be silly. And so this is kind of static information about the course. But most of what you're going to be doing is going to be in course content. If you click on course content, it's going to show the modules. Everything's in a module basis. And the modules open, again, one on Monday, one on Wednesday, and the modules come across. There's 10 modules and 2 exams. And they will all show up in the course content. When you click on the module, it has an overview of the module, a video lecture, and the notes for the lecture. A link to the discussion board, which is graded, a link to the homework, which is graded, and then the notebook, which is graded. And so these are the 3 graded pieces for each module. Think of it as this would be how we'd be talking in the classroom. This would be the homework problem, and this would be the quiz or the in-class work. That's what this parallels. And so this takes you back to Pearson for the homework. This takes you to the discussion board discussion for the introduction. And this takes you to the assignment on Blackboard. Now for these notebook assignments, you will want to write a document in Word or Pages that has your answers. Now if you need to handwrite work, you can take a picture of it and insert the picture into your Word document. But when you go to upload it, if you go to File, and unfortunately I'm in my web browser view, but you go to File and Export, you want to export the things as a PDF. Now the reason I say that is PDFs I can grade inside a Blackboard, and it puts all of your pages into one document. And so I will try to record a video on how to make a PDF from a Word document, or find a link to a good YouTube one. And that will create a document. Notice the due date is here, and the possible points. The actual assignment itself is in the attached PDF. You click on the attached PDF, and you get the problems that I'm asking you to do. They're usually problems from the book that are or some kind of things to make you think a little more. They're similar to the homework, and in this case I need you to type out your steps. Type out or write on paper. You can write on paper as long as it's clean and legible, and you put everything into one PDF. You can also scan all your handwritten paper into a PDF if your scanner supports that. I know on Mac it supports scanning to PDF. On Windows it does not built in. You can get software to do that. And so I usually recommend using a Word document, because I always know you can go to File and export in Word. And so that's what a module looks like. And so completing a module, you would work your way through. And I say, read chapter 1, sections 1 to 3, watch the 3 lectures, go to the discussion board, do the homework, do the project, and make sure you reply to 2 other discussion posts. And that's the things you would need to complete each module. And each module is going to have that same format. And the discussion board's over here, where as the module discussions become available, you will see them. You'll be able to see the people communicating and their responses. It'll also tell you if you have any unread replies to you over here. And there's a place for general questions, where if you have any general questions, you can ask them, and then I will come in here periodically and reply to where we get them. And then the last link that's unique to this course is the lecture playlist, which links to the YouTube channel where all the lectures will be stored. And as I post more and more, they will be here, and they'll be here in order. And so if anyone asks for any examples, I'll put the examples in here, and I'll usually move the examples so they're near the section that the example is in. All right. That's the layout. The other thing in here, access to tutoring. There's a help desk for Blackboard. These are built into Blackboard. The My Grade section will show all the things due, what you've submitted, and what has been graded. Please, if you need me, email me. I'm going to exit that preview, and so that I am no longer in student view. And let's have a fun course.